Hello, thank you for tuning in. Just call me Step. Hope you are doing well. Hello, Angel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, Justice League. Hello, Justice League. We have the faithfuls showing up immediately. We have the faithfuls showing up immediately. Hello, Soul Butterfly. The faithfuls. The faithfuls showing up immediately. I've had quite the esoteric morning already. I am doing very well. Thank you, Solar Butterfly. We'll get into the conversation in a moment. Hope everyone's doing well wherever you are today, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Hope you are enjoying and taking advantage of the current Mercury retrograde. So, um, again, good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it happens to be for you at this time. Um, I want to talk to us for a moment. Thank you so much for tuning in. Try something new. It's about that time. It's about that time to try something new. Okay? So, I want to talk to us for a moment about being the stirrer, the mixer, and the ladle. Okay? The stirrer, the mixer, and the ladle. Okay? Divine Source Eravat, I thank you already for the ascensions. I thank you for the day. I thank you for the divine timing of these messages and of your use of me in this place, in this divine plane, on this divine plane. The sun and moon do not rise and set, but the earth, Gaia, rotates around them. The sun and the moon, Ra and Hansu, they do not rise and set, but Gaia rotates around them. This is a representation of you. Mm. And Justice League said on this day in 1969, Dr. Martin Luther King, that truth speaker, okay, that was a divine feminine energy, okay, That was a divine feminine spirit being. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a divine feminine energy. Their assassination was brought to justice. So, a day of justice, a day of recompense, a day of calibration. Okay. A day of justice is always a day of ascension. A day of justice, when the truth is revealed, is always, always a day of ascension, a day of awareness. Okay. Hello from Lebanon. Okay. Cheesy girl. What's up, cheesy girl? Hope you're doing well in Lebanon. Hope you're safe in Lebanon. So, thank you for sharing that, Justice League. Okay, again, that is significant. Anything that you share is significant. Well, so long as it's upright. All right. So, not everything that is spoken in the chat is in the upright, but we delete those energies, of course. Right. But with that day of justice from 1969, there could be something about your journey in 1969 or 1996 that's significant. And so what does it mean to be the stirrer? And actually, it should be shaker. So when I get done with this live, I'm going to change that word mixer to shaker. Okay. So what does it mean to be the stirrer? What does it mean to be the shaker? And what does it mean to be the ladle? Okay. So you are here in this incarnation to mix things up. Okay. You are here in this insurrection. We're going to have to look that word up together. Insurrection. Let's look that word up. Welcome in your ancestors, okay, for the truths that you need to hear, for the reasons that you were divinely guided here. Cheesy girl, welcome to this collective. So let's look up insurrection. An insurrection is a violent uprising, revolt, or rebellion against an established government or authority, often aimed at changing the government or defying its laws. An insurrection. There could be an insurrection happening energetically where you are, or physically in the 3D where you are. An insurrection. Let's look up spiritual insurrection. Okay, the name Joseph and Clausel could be significant for you. This is a rebellion against established forms, idolatry, or secular, anti-Christian cultural trends. Okay? This is a rebellion against spiritual insurrection, is a rebellion against established norms. Okay? This often signifies a deeper pursuit of connection with divine, spiritual insurrection. Okay? So, going against the norms, okay? You being the karmic curse breaker for your generation, for your bloodline this lifetime around. I've had Hello, all right, all right, all right. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, I hope you're doing well, sunshine. All right. Um, I've had quite the evening. Okay, it's already Wednesday. It is currently 6:27 for Synchronicity. Hello, Akasha. Good to see you again. Okay, I think it's been a minute. Maybe you just sit in the background most days. Okay, but blessings to you, Akasha. Um, it is 6:27. Okay, June 27th. Could be something about someone who's born in June in 1972. You could be 27 as you're tuning in to this physically. You could be 27. Could be something significant about your 27th year. Okay. Um, but I was invited, and we'll get back to being the stirrer, the shaker, okay, and the ladle, and what this spiritual insurrection is. And so I was invited last evening. I was invited Tuesday evening to attend, be a part of, and celebrate with the family that I am here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, staying with, renting a hotel room from them, through them, however that goes. But I was invited to partake in the birthday celebrations and the sending off of the Buddhist master that I met 4 weeks ago, the day after they arrived here at the same hotel. Again, I didn't know they were going to be here. I was guided to stay here one more month, even though I was really wanting to leave. Okay, I was, yeah, I just felt like, yeah. Um, I was guided to stay here one more month. And during that month, that is, they showed up. And so it was a great pleasure and an honor to meet them. We did not spend a lot of time together physically, but the significance of us meeting each other is, okay, very significant. They are now on their way back to the U.S. They actually reside in Colorado. Okay, they actually reside in Colorado, this Buddhist master teacher that I met 4 weeks ago. And so we went to a restaurant and enjoyed the festivities and just enjoyed seeing them being honored and the gifts and things that were, being bestowed upon them. Some of you have sent me gifts. Thank you so much for all of you who have sent me gifts. I am very fertile ground, and I am faithful. Okay? And so thank you. Uh, and so I did post a couple of pictures and I think one video in the community tab of the events of last night. That buffet was only $6.06. That's significant. 606. $6.06. That is 159,000 Vietnamese dong. 159,000 Vietnamese dong is $6.06 at the current exchange rate. And so really enjoy that. Really enjoy being a part of the family here that I am renting the hotel from. I don't know why they've chosen to include me in all of, and I say I don't know why in the 3D. They've chosen to include me in so many of their festivities. I've been invited to puja ceremony. I did share a video of that in the temple, again, in the community tab. And so this morning I woke up at 3:18, okay, 3:18 in the morning, okay, and I didn't go to sleep until, I don't know, 11 something probably, okay. Again, typically I don't need any more than 5 hours of rest physically, and I'm right back at it, okay. But uh, woke up, meditation and listening to a 114 chakra meditation to illuminate all 114 chakras. This includes the power chakras as well as the others. And so just thanking Divine Source for the journey. Confirmation horn honk. Just thanking Divine Source for the journey. Just exuberant, excited, just elated, just in full gratitude mode, and thanking Divine Source and my ancestors for the journey, for bringing me here to Southeast Asia, and taking me on this fantastic journey. And I hope that if you are not in that place today, that you can one day arrive there, where you are truly grateful and thankful for the journey. Despite whatever is going on around you, you are thankful for the journey. And yeah, extremely thankful and blessed to be who I am. Okay, and again, I hope you can say the same for yourself. So this spiritual insurrection and this being the stirrer, the shaker, okay, and the ladle. So we know a stirrer, right? Stirrer, okay. We know a shaker, okay. If you have ever, I used to use shakers when I was, hello, your favorite show, okay. Thank you so much for sending me good vibes, okay? And I return and reciprocate that to you. When I was heavy into weightlifting and working out and that sort of thing, I would drink a lot of protein shakes, okay? And when I would drink these protein shakes, I would buy these shakers, okay? And they had these little metal balls in them or plastic balls in the container, okay? That would help mix up the powder, okay? So you have a stirrer, okay? A stirrer that mixes, okay? You have a shaker that mixes, okay? And you have a ladle, okay? And the ladle mixes and the ladle scoops, okay? Removes and also adds, okay? The ladle. The kingdom of divine source, the kingdom of God, okay, suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. I've always understood that to mean this, that those who come against the kingdom of divine source, the kingdom of God, those who come against it are doomed to fail, and those who come against it come against a stronger energy than those that come against it. Okay. So for all of the divine beings, those that come against you, those that rage against you, you are stronger. Okay. You are greater. Okay. One of my attributes this lifetime, hello, antisocial. And thank you for the love. One of my attributes, okay, is a motivator and an encourager. Okay, that's one of my attributes. That's one of the things that I bring to the table. And so greater is the one in you than the one that attempts to rule the world. Greater is the one in you than the one who attempts to rule the world. So in being this mixer, being the shaker, and being the ladle, adding and removing, the ability to add and remove, okay? We have the ability to add energy and to remove energy and situations, whether that's physically relocating and moving away from the situation, or energetically cord cutting and untethering ourselves from, okay, untethering ourselves from. Also, there's something significant about a lariat. A lariat, okay? And a lariat is a necklace, most often worn by women, but it's worn by men as well. A lariat, okay? And it has a loop, and then it has a longer piece that goes through the loop, okay? And it kind of hangs down. A lariat, okay? And you can tighten or loosen this lariat by pulling this longer part of this rope, okay? Or chain, okay? Lariat, lariat. I am going to be going to do some shopping today. I am going to be shopping for myself as well as us. I am going to be picking up some more crystals and some other things, clothes, amongst other things. I feel like it's time. Again, I've been traveling in Southeast Asia since May of last year. And when I first got here, I recycled all of the clothes that I brought from the U.S. with me. I recycled all of those, got new clothes and all of that. And I feel like it's time for that again. So I will be recycling, getting rid of, the clothes that I've carried with me for 10 months. That's significant for you. 10 months, 10 years, however it goes. And getting rid of those and replacing those. Because I travel lightly, I am cognizant and aware of yes, Christine. Yes. All right. I am cognizant and aware of, the baggage that I carry during my travel journeys. Listen to what I'm saying with your spirit ear. Okay. I am cognizant of the baggage that I carry with me. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So travel lightly, spiritually. Confirmation horn honk. Travel lightly. Travel lightly. Okay? We have someone in here whose name is someone's name is Malaysia. That was the first city I arrived in when I arrived in Southeast Asia. Someone's name in the collective is Malaysia. Okay? Love to you, Malaysia. Thank you so much for the love. All right? And so I will be going shopping this afternoon here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And yeah, but I really enjoyed the celebration last night with the Buddhist master, their birthday. They've already left again and headed back to the U.S. this day. Today is the 7th day of our 7-day health challenge for those of you that are participating in that. We started on 3/5, 3/5, and today is 3/11, 3/11. Nothing is a coincidence. Ending the fast on the day of, and I didn't even realize this until yesterday, ending the 7-day fast on the same day that the Buddhist master teacher that I met here is returning to the U.S. and again, Colorado, okay? And so yeah, okay. I hope you pay attention to the synchronicities and things of your life. And again, traveling lightly, spiritually, traveling lightly. So if the kingdom of divine source, the kingdom of God, suffers violence and the violent take it by force, this spiritual insurrection, okay, again, for those of you who are just tuning in, I got the word surrection, okay, a moment ago. The word insurrection is a violent rising up against governments, against established norms. Okay, so what are those toxic, karmic, 3D norms, okay, that you are meant to spiritually rise up against? What are those things? That is my question to you. What are those things that you are spiritually meant to rise up against, okay, that tries to take the kingdom, tries to perform as the kingdom, that tries to manipulate the kingdom, spiritual principles, divine laws. What are those things? In your country, in your journey, what are those things? You are meant to rise above those things. And again, the ladle removing, you are here to stir things up, okay? You are here to stir things up, okay? And to shake things up, okay? Just like the shaker, okay? For drinks or whatever else. You are here to mix it up, shake it up, and remove and add to accordingly, okay? So just like me now exchanging those clothes or replacing, okay, old garments, okay? It might be time for you to replace old garments. It might be time for you to get a new cloak. It might be time for you to get a new crown. It might be time for you to, get a new spiritual pair of shoes. It could be time for that. Okay. Hello, Sam. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, Divine Source, what would you like to do today? Okay, what would you like to do today? Again, collective, those of you who are tuning in, I hope you're doing well on your journey. I have reopened Esoteric Conversations, and those conversations are done via Zoom. Someone asked the other day in a live, do I do readings? No, I do not do readings because I am not a tarot reader. I am a healer, empath, okay, Reiki Master certification, amongst other things. Born on the 333rd day of the year, and I am a Master Builder 33. That is a master teacher, okay? And so, I am not a tarot reader. If you would like a private conversation with me to look further into your own private journey, confirmations on your journey, you can send an email to nehrupatah, NEHRUPTAH, @gmail.com. Okay. Hello, Ashley. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good to see you. And so on this day of justice, as Justice League brought up, okay, today is the, I don't know, what would today be? The 56th, yes, 56th anniversary of the justice for the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., okay? And yes, it's a great week, great week. And so, again, could be something about 59 or 95. So, oh, yes, I was speaking about Esoteric Conversations. So, yes, you can email me and we can get that scheduled. That is, again, done via Zoom. And we do pull energy. If you would like to, we do pull energy during that conversation. Happy birthday week, okay? And happy birthday season, okay? Happy birthday season to all of the Pisces out there. Happy birthday season. Happy birthday, Sam, okay? Happy birthday week, all right? You could know someone who's having a birthday this week in addition to Sam. You could know someone who's having a birthday this week in addition to Sam. So yes, just very thankful for the journey as I woke up this morning. I spent more than an hour when I woke up at 3:18. And then I did see from the balcony, I did see the Buddhist master get in a taxi and them leave for the airport this morning at about 5:30 or so. And so thankful for them, thankful for the opportunity to meet them this lifetime around. And yeah, okay. Any questions, collective? You may ask those concerning your journey. I do not know your purpose, and it is not my job to know your purpose. Okay? But if you want to know how to ascend, how to clear this, how to clear that, again, untether, okay, I can assist with those things. Also, I pay attention to your energy, collective. I pay attention to the emails that you send. I pay attention to information that you email me. I listen to and read information that you send me without question, Ashley. Okay? I don't even, yeah, without question. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Ashley. Okay? You are meant to go through a time of celibacy, Ashley. Okay? You are meant to go through a time of celibacy, Ashley. So yes, that's a yes. Absolutely. Yes, that's a yes. Okay? Yes, that's a yes. All right. So yes, you are. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand. It's hard to walk away from things, okay? It's hard to walk away from things, okay, that have tethered themselves to you, okay? Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. Someone says they're celibate for 7 years. Oh, I had a conversation with someone. Um, I had a conversation with someone uh, that went to the Buddhist master's celebration last night. I had a conversation with someone, and uh, they and I met her. I want to say like during the first ceremony that I went to, uh, and uh, and she. And she was asking me my age and all of that, and you know we were on our way. We were in a taxi, um, and uh, and I was like, how old do you think I am, right? And she says 30 something, 33 or something like that. 33 could be significant for you as well. No, she says 40 something. No, 50. No, okay. And I said 51. And she says, oh, she says, you have very young face, you know. She says, you have very young face, right? And so someone could see you and they could be like, wow, huh, you look young for your age, you know. You look like you take care of yourself, right? So someone could be looking at you, confirmation hornhawks, like you take care of yourself. Someone could be looking at you like, wow, you do not look your age. You do not look like what you've been through. Okay? So, all right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, oh, let me get back to, mm, yes, I already had my, oh, yes, Ashley. And I know um, enough about your journey, Ashley, to know that, yeah, that's how, for those of you who are wondering, that's how I was able to answer Ashley so fast. We've had numerous conversations, Ashley and I, so just so that you're aware, okay? And so she asked me, she asked me, this person who was asking me about my age, she says, so are you, she said, are uh, you single? She asked me how long was I staying in Vietnam, and I'm answering her questions. And and I say, I said I think next month. I'll still be in Vietnam, but I think next month for April, I think I'm going to travel back to Da Nang, okay, back to the beach, okay? Uh, and I prefer that as opposed to being inner city and, and all that sort of thing. I prefer to be by the water, that, all of that. And so, um, she says, "Oh, okay, 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 okay. So you stay single?" She's like, "So you stay single? No, no girlfriend? You don't want no girlfriend, right?" She's talking to me. Um, yeah, yeah, no problem, Ashley. And so she's talking to me, and so we're having this conversation, and we get back to the hotel. She's friends with the family who's here. She's an art teacher. She's a painter. Okay, a painter. That could be significant for you. She's a painter. Okay, and she teaches classes here in Vietnam. And she says, I asked her if she was full, from eating and all of that. Uh, and she says, "Oh yeah, 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 very full." She says, "Sleep good tonight. Sleep good. I sleep good tonight." Um, and she said, she said something about farting. Okay, she said something about farting, right? And and she starts laughing, and she says something along the lines of, "Oh, you not like girls who say fart," or something like that. And it was just a funny conversation. It was just a hilarious conversation on the elevator. So again, there could be something about some sort of something, um, and despite her indications of being interested in me, I, of course, am not being guided that way. But it's, again, someone admiring you, okay? You could know this person, you could not know this person. Um, and that's why I share this story with you, okay? Someone who's admiring you, okay? But again, I don't feel drawn in that direction, and I'm not going to go in that direction. But it was a funny conversation. It's good to meet her. Her English is actually very good. Um, and yeah, all of those synchronicities. Okay. She asked me what was my animal, meaning what year were you born? And she said she was born in the year of the, I don't remember. I don't remember. But I told her that I was born in the year of the tiger, specifically the wood tiger, 1974. Born in the year of the tiger. Okay, 1974. Okay? Yeah. It was a very funny conversation. And you could tell she was extremely comfortable with me talking about that because, like, how many women are going to be talking about farts and, in a conversation, and you just met them a week ago? I just met her a week ago at the first puja ceremony. Like, and she's talking to me. We haven't had a conversation between now and then or yesterday and the first day I met her, right? But it's just it's interesting. So she's obviously extremely comfortable with having that conversation with me. Um, but yeah, very very funny, very funny, very funny. Hello, Miss Jacobs. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, yeah, very funny. Yeah. So, all right. So yeah, so I will be going to shopping, Vietnamese market, Saigon market. I will be going shopping today with Vietnamese friends. Looking forward to that. I will be picking up more crystals and that, and I might pick up a lariat. Who knows? I might pick up an additional lariat to add to the Eye of Horus. Okay, I might pick up another lariat to add to the Eye of Horus. So yeah. um, so yeah, I don't know where divine source wants to, but yeah, you are meant to mix things up, stir things up, add and remove. Okay. Just shuffling the decks, playing around with the deck that's in my hand, and we have the Two of Cups energy out here. Okay. All right. Um, I'm trying to think if I've tried it. I know I have. I'm trying to remember what country. That might have been Malaysia. Yeah, that might have been Malaysia. That I tried mango sticky rice. Yeah, yeah. And rice is obviously the top staple in Asian food. Okay, rice, top staple. The buffet was fantastic. The selection, all of that from salads and all sorts of things. I did not. I did have a piece of cake just to participate in the celebrations. Okay, but yeah, very very good selection at that buffet. And again, it was only $6.06. $6.06. There's probably not a buffet in all of America that is $6.06. Not today. There probably isn't a buffet in all of America today that is $6.06. Okay, but yeah, that's how much it was. Okay, and yeah, rice. Yeah, nearly every day, if not every day. Okay. During the 7 day health cleanse, during the 7 day health challenge that ends today, for those of you who are participating in that, um, I've eaten rice every day. Okay. I've eaten rice every day. Okay. Um, so we have Two of Cups energy out here. Two of Cups energy out here. Okay. Contract of some sort, a contract of some sort. Okay. Dealing with your seventh house. Okay. That's your seventh house. Your seventh house deals with contracts. Right. Right, Christine. Yeah, in America, a buffet for $6.06 is probably not. Yeah, right. It's probably not. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably last week's meat. You know what I mean? Last week's meat. Okay. Confirmation on the 7 o'clock. Confirmation on the 7 o'clock. Okay. It is exactly 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Yeah. Okay. Um, so yeah. Yep. But really had a good time. And again, I did post a couple of videos, some pictures in the community tab. So contracts, okay, contracts, partnerships, Two of Cups energy, partnerships, contracts, okay. I'm definitely getting brand new day energy, brand new day. I was up early enough to see and witness the earth rotate around to Ra again. Again, the sun and moon, they do not rise and fall. The earth rotates around to where they are. I feel like there's something else divine wants me to take a look at. Something else divine wants me to look at. Looking at the names Trish, Patricia, Trish, Tia, Patricia, Trisha, Trish, Tia. Okay? Any of those names could resonate for your journey. Patricia, Trisha, Trish, Tia. Hello, Trinity. Thank you so much for tuning in. You could be one, okay? You could be one that practices a little bit of here and there for what resonates with you, okay? I am much of that energy. So there are things about the Buddhist spiritual journey and spiritual practices, okay, that I implement into my own life. There are things about the Hindi, okay, spiritual journey and spiritual practices that I implement into my life. So you could be one, okay, or you could be guided to start, okay, stepping outside of religion, stepping outside of the Bible. You could be one that's guided to that, okay? You could be one that's guided to do that. If I had a soul contract with someone from a past life and in this lifetime they are choosing others over me, I am willing. Oh, so very good question, Ms. Jacobs. And if someone that you had a divine union with in a past life, you both came back to finish business this lifetime, and they choose someone else, that's okay. Okay, that's okay. Okay, they have free will, and they can use it as they desire. Hello, Noel. Okay, they have free will, and they can use it as they desire, just like you. Okay, just like you. So yeah, it's okay if they choose someone else. Okay, yeah, it's okay. If divine union is meant for you this lifetime around, then there's always someone else that divine source can select. And again, that being today, they can be how many ever years old on their journey, okay? And then this is something that, and I'm going to use a military analogy, and something that always amazed me about the military. 1995 to 2003, I served in the United States Army, and in the military, something that always amazed me from one duty station to the next duty station is how the military, let's say I don't know, a platoon sergeant, a CO, captain, lieutenant, whatever, when they are getting ready to ETS, get out of the military, end of time in service, or they're getting ready to PCS, permanent change of station, so they're getting ready to go to another duty station. It was always amazing to me how the military, when they stepped out, the military will bloop, someone right in their place. When an E8 first sergeant leaves, okay, they have someone boop, right there. So again, I use that analogy. So Miss Jacobs, on your journey, if that divine partner, okay, they choose someone else this lifetime, divine source, bloop, someone else right there, bloop. And again, they could be here already, but when that other person, when that other past life divine partner, when they make the choice to go in another direction, there is a process, and there is or can be an incarnation of a divine spirit into that already being that's physically here, okay? And they are triggered into, or you are brought to their attention, or you are placed in front of them somehow, some way. This could be through a job. This could be through business, okay? This could be through religion, okay? This could be any number. This could be through a mutual friend. This could be any number of ways, okay? And so be not dismayed. Be not in despair, okay, about your divine love journey this lifetime around, okay? Hello, Lakeisha. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for becoming a regular, Lakeisha. I want to say that to you. Thank you so much for becoming a regular, and we got a horn honk. All right? So yeah, okay? And that's the case for some of us. They chose otherwise. They go elsewhere, and that's okay. Okay? That's okay. Mm. Don't hate them for that. Don't hate them for that. Okay? Um, okay. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on out here. Let's go. What's up, Miss Susie? What's up, Miss Susie? Okay. How many of you remember Susie Q's? Okay. The 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 whatever cakes, hostess cakes, Susie Q's, Susie Q's. Okay. Susie Q's. Great appreciation. Okay. Great appreciation, Lakeisha. Susie Q's. How many of you remember those? Okay. We have a Five of Cups energy out here. Okay, so you could be bored at this time. You could be bored in your love journey, right? You could be bored in your love journey. Okay, is that your nickname, Susie Q? That's so funny, Susie Q. Okay, so you could be bored at this time with your love life. Okay, you could be bored at this time with your love life. It seems as if nothing's happening. That's okay. Nothing's happening. Nothing to me is happening in my love journey. So yeah, okay. So I just let it lay dormant. I just let it. I don't know. We'll just leave it over there. You know what I mean? I don't know. So you could feel that way as well. All right. So boredom. Okay. This could be about your job. Also, this could be about a partner that you are in relationship with today. Okay. You could be bored. Okay. You could be bored. Right. You could be bored. Okay. We have the Magician coming out here. Okay. Master Manifester, Alchemizer. Okay. So, those of you who are in line for a divine union this lifetime around, the way that you manifest anything, okay, the quicker path to manifestation is to get into the energy of, not imagining a specific person. That's the wrong way to go. Because again, like Miss Jacobs stated, what if they choose someone else? Then you're going to feel last out, right? Then you're going to feel lost. Then you're going to feel like, oh man, I missed out. You didn't miss out, okay? They just chose someone else, okay? When this divine partner comes to you, you could decide to choose someone else. That's okay, okay? As long as that's where you're divinely guided to, that's okay. Again, some of you could have a Seven of Cups energy where you have numerous options, okay? Numerous options. like the Vietnamese painter who, who's asking me all about myself last night and inquiring about my age and girlfriend and whatever, all of that and all that sort of thing, and talking to me about her farts. Again, she's very comfortable with having that conversation, evidently, with someone she just met. Yeah, likewise. Yeah, likewise. Yep, definitely. And I'm in that energy too, for sure. Yeah, coming out of hermit mode after some years, and definitely ready to mingle. And the family that I'm with here, yeah, it was funny, Miss Jacob. The family that I'm with here, here that I rent the hotel room from, they have helped with that process, and inviting me to different places and helping me to get out there and be social and mingle and all of that sort of thing. And so, yeah, yeah. And that's what the isolation is for, Lakeisha. That's what it is for. That's what hermit mode is for you to learn to love yourself, okay? The way that you deserve to be loved. That's what it's for you to learn to love yourself the way that you need to be loved, okay? And the way that you desire to be loved. If you do not love yourself, genuinely, wholeheartedly, if you are not in love with yourself, okay? If you are not in love, and that doesn't mean an egotistical thing where you're in the mirror all day like, you know, that's not what that means, okay? When you are in love with yourself, you protect yourself. When you are in love with yourself, you make wise decisions about yourself. When you are in love with yourself, you take care of yourself physically. Man, take care of your nails on your hands and your feet, okay? Don't have your claws growing over your shoes, over your sandals, okay? Shave the nose hairs, the ear hairs. You know, I spent yesterday doing that, okay? Self-care, self-care, okay? I don't like hair, okay? All over the body. I think hair, to me, not I think, hair holds smells. Hair holds smells, okay? So I shave. And yeah, even there, we grown, so we can have grown folks conversations, okay? Hair holds smells, okay? So I don't like hair, most parts of this body, all right? I don't shave my legs, all right? And I don't shave under my arms, okay? But yeah, self-care. Again, women generally do a decent job of this, okay? But men physically, oh, yeah, time for the earbuds. Okay, we're grown, so we can have grown folks conversations. Somebody said TMI, TMI. Well, all right, all right. Hey, my life is a demonstration. So, again, I don't know. Again, we grown, we can have grown folks conversations. So, yeah, right? So take time. Take care of your skin. Men especially, okay? Take care of your skin. That lady who was talking to me about air leaving her body. I'll put it like that. That woman, the lady who was talking to me about air leaving her body, gases leaving her body. She gave me a compliment and, said that I look much younger. I have a young face. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. Okay. And I don't do it to get compliments, but take care of yourself. Men and women, take care of yourselves. Okay. So I'm talking about love. Love on yourself. That's what hermit mode is for you to appreciate. Someone said appreciate. Okay. Oh, yeah. Not a problem, Miss Jacobs. That is me. That is who I am. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate yourself. Love on yourself. Okay. So we have the strength card, the strength message out here next. Okay. After the magician and the upright for a master manifester, master alchemist. Okay. You could have already written down in journals and things. You could have a list. You could have a playlist. I'm getting playlist. You could have a playlist of things that you've already alchemized this lifetime around. A playlist of things that you've already alchemized this time around. Energies, healings in the physical body. You could have a playlist of things that you've already alchemized. Okay? And we have the strength message out here. I'm going to read this message to us. Yeah, it really is. Self-love really is everything. Okay? So strength, number 8. Number 8. Okay? So we're talking about August, something about 8. I'm learning to control my life from within and not with external acts or forces. I feel this is the only way that I can be your match. Okay? Oftentimes, so we're talking about relationships. Oftentimes in relationships, what ends up happening is when you get this person, or any relationship for that matter, when you get into a new relationship, especially marriage in the 3D, every sacral relationship you have is a marriage spiritually. Confirmation. Every sacral relationship that you've had is a marriage. So when someone asks you how many times have you been married, it might be 3 on paper, might be 1 on paper, might be 2 on paper, but spiritually speaking, you could have 9 husbands, 9 wives. Okay? That's how significant it is for you to do your sacral cleansing. Okay? That is how significant that is. Hello, Carla. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay? So we're talking about relationships. What ends up happening oftentimes, you've probably witnessed this, I've witnessed this, is when we get into relationships, we get into, there was another word there. When we get into more permanent, yes, when we get into more permanent relationships, okay, men and women often let themselves fall apart. So you were working out 3, 4, 5 days a week, looking good, looking fine, looking handsome, looking sharp, whatever that was. You get into a significant relationship, and then all of that falls by the wayside, or the majority of it falls by the wayside. So your eating habits go out the window. Your training processes go out the window. You meditate less when you should meditate more, and they should be meditating with you. They don't have to meditate with you every day, every time, but they are on a spiritual journey with you. So many beings on this planet, when they get into more permanent relationships with other beings, they let themselves go. The romantic relationships, they let themselves go. Okay? So they gain 20, 30, 40 pounds. Okay? I wish Whitney would have learned to love herself that lifetime. I wish Whitney Houston would have learned to love herself. We had an extensive conversation about Whitney Houston in a recent live, okay? I wish Whitney Houston had learned to love herself, okay? Because if she had, okay, she would not have fallen for Bobby Bribery Brown, okay? That's what I'm going to call him. Bobby Bribery Brown. She would not have fallen for that. A drug addict should never marry another drug addict. And a drug addict can't save a drug addict. Okay? A drug addict cannot save a drug addict. An alcoholic cannot save an alcoholic. You can only be alcoholics together. You can only be drug addicts together. A thief or a robber cannot save another thief or a robber. You can only thieve and rob together. Someone's name could be Rob, Robert, okay? You can only be thieves and robbers together. So she chose the addict, okay? And it ended her natural life at the age of 48, this lifetime, or that lifetime, okay? So don't let yourself fall apart whenever significant relationship comes along, okay? What's going on keeping up with Lady J, okay? What's going on keeping up with Lady J? So I'm learning. We have a strength message out here, 88888. That is the strength card in the tarot. I'm learning how to control myself from within and not with external acts or forces. I feel this is the only way that I can match or be your match, okay? So, someone's working on themselves, it sounds like. Someone's working on themselves, it sounds like. Anything else from this stack, Divine Source? We're just in the living room, in the kitchen, around the table, having a conversation today, collective. We are just in the living room, in the kitchen, having a conversation, okay? So pull up a chair, grab a drink, what have you, all right? Ask your questions, as some of you are. So we have the Nine of Wands energy out here in reverse. Someone's sorry they left you alone. Someone's sorry they left you. Someone's sorry they ghosted you. Someone's sorry they whatever. Okay, again, It's tough to accept energies back into your life. And again, I most often speak about 99.99999999999% of the time to never accept that energy back, okay? To never accept that energy back, okay? Oh man, it probably did, Christine. YouTube hides Christine's questions all the time because Christine asks some fantastic questions. Okay, so somebody hides the Emperor card wanted to come up. Somebody hides Christine's messages all the time. Somebody could be hiding whatever it is that they or reluctant to send. Not Christina's not, but someone could be reluctant or not reluctant. That's not the right word. Someone could be hesitant to send the message to you. Someone could be reluctant to send the message to you. Okay, reluctant. They could read this contract. If it's a business contract with this Two of Cups, they could be reading the contract over and over and over. They type it out, erase some words, type it out, erase some words, type it out, erase some words. You know, they could be going through that process at this time. In addition to celibacy, great question. What is the best way to cleanse your sacral? The first is celibacy. Okay. The second is we're grown, so we can have grown folks conversations. So here comes something. If you have minors around you, even if they're even if they're adult sons and daughters, if you're carpooling, you know what I mean? You might want to, I don't know. I don't know what you want to do. Come back to this part of the message or something. I don't know what you want to do. But we're grown, so we can have grown folks conversations. So in addition to celibacy, the other way that you can alchemize or cleanse your sacral energy is by not being a masturbateaholic. Okay? So, not being a masturbateaholic. Yeah. Okay? The next is showing yourself love, okay, in other ways, not being focused on that part of your journey, that part of your body, that part of whatever. I had a I had a dream last night. Divine shows me some very interesting things. Divine Source shows me some very interesting things. Yeah. Okay. The other is, and I'll share that dream in a moment. The other way is to take crystals, to use crystals, to take salt baths, to cleanse your energy that way. Okay. The longer you go with being celibate and not giving your sacral energy away, the cleaner it will be. The cleaner it will be. The purer it will be. Okay? For our men, we're grown, so we're having a lot of grown folks conversations today. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Shows that we have a mature collective in today. That we have a mature collective in here today. We're having a lot of grown folks conversations. So, in your journey, okay, in cleansing your sacral energy, okay, also cord cutting. Who asked the question? Carol Way. Also cord cutting. Okay, so I mentioned whoever you have had sacral relations with, they are a spiritual marriage. You could have no legal marriages here in the 3D. You know, you look up public records. Has whoever been married before? Public record can show no marriages, but spiritually, you could have several marriages. So you need to cut those cords from those individuals, because some of them could still be tapping into your sacral energy. Some of them could be masturbating to your pictures, masturbating to your energy. Okay, again, we're grown. We can have grown folks conversations. So you need to cut those cords from those past relationships, okay? So that they can no longer tap into your sacral energy or your energy in general, your heart, whatever it happens to be, okay? So that's another. But this dream, I had an interesting dream last night. I'm going to get to your questions here, everyone. Thank you so much. I don't know why it's not showing me all the love up there or the likes up there. I see 35 in the room, okay? But I had a very interesting dream last night. We were playing basketball, and Divine shows me whenever I have a dream about basketball. This one in particular did not deal with Kobe Bryant. I've had more dreams about Kobe Bryant than I have any other being that has been on the planet this lifetime around, with the exception of the Warlock. Okay. I've had, I don't even know how many, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, something dreams about Kobe Bryant, with Kobe Bryant, conversations with Kobe Bryant. But this dream was involving basketball, but Kobe was not in the dream. At least not that I would recognize, not that I could recognize. But we were in a basketball game, and I don't know, 5-on-5 or something like that. And oh yeah, you're welcome. And there was this kid, and there was a lady who was guarding me, a female who was guarding me, who had kind of like a boxed haircut. Okay, a bit of a masculine looking haircut. I don't know what that's about. Female and masculine energy, who has ascended, and in her north node is a divine masculine. Okay, a female who has ascended, but they are in north node and they are divine masculine energy this lifetime. That speaks to their journey. That could be what that represents. But she was guarding me, protecting me. But she was guarding me, obviously, in basketball. That's an opponent. Okay. But there was this kid, okay, this childlike spirit that was on the court with us. And this childlike spirit said this is the only thing they said. They said, they were singing a song, like lyrics to a song, and they said something like, they were like, I like it when your hand is upon my breast, or something like that. And we all, like, both teams, like, were like, what? And we all stopped and started laughing. Oh, there's a note. There's a note that slid under the door. There is a note that slid under the door at the hotel. I just looked over there. There's a note. I'm going to turn this so you can see this. I'm going to turn this so you can see this. There is a note. I don't know if you can see that. There is a note over there. What is that? We're going to go find out what that is. That's significant. We're going to go find out. We're going to go find out what that is. What in the world? That's a first. Someone leaving you a note. Someone's leaving you a note. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. So, um, so the note, so again, those of you who do not know, okay, um, they were mentioning something to me, and again, those of you who do not know, I do smoke, okay, 420. And they were mentioning something about the ashes, I guess, and they must be staying down below this room, okay? And they mentioned something about the wind blowing the ashes into. So, yeah, I don't know, okay? Ashley is in the room, so Ashley, ashes, 420, whatever. Whatever that is, all right? So, interesting. So, I am obviously courteous, okay? And will respect their not wanting, I wouldn't want ashes being blown into my balcony either. You know what I mean? That's why I flicked them out there. You know what I mean? So, again, for whatever that is, yeah, okay? Um, Let me get to some of your questions. Christine, what happened to your question? Uh, I finally figured out who you remind me of. Oh, let me delete this dumbass who said I remind them of Denzel Washington. Okay. Someone said Love and Basketball is their favorite movie. That is starring Sanaa Lathan and Omar Epps. Love and Basketball. The name Samar or Sanai, excuse me, Samar could be Samar. Sanai Lathan, okay, Lathan and Omar and Epps. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Feel free to email me. Okay. Feel free to email me. I did think that, Christine. I did think that for a moment. I did think that. I did think that. Yeah, I did think that for a moment. Yeah, I did. Confirmation. I did think it was from her for a moment, and I was like, "What? What is this?" But it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so funny. Everyone thought that that's where it was from, but the note, it was from someone else. It was from someone else. Hilarious. Uh, aw. Keeping up with Lady J talking about she would be sliding me some notes too. Stop it, Lady J. Stop it, Lady J. You having me blush. I don't know how to respond to those types of things. You're having me blush, Lady J. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They do. As far as copying your emails, doppelgangers, yeah, they do. They do. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's actually what the note was about, okay? So it was not from the painter who was so comfortable with me talking about her bodily gases, okay? I received the compliment. I'm just saying I don't know how to respond. Like, I just get all shy and blushful about it. You know, I received the compliment. I don't know how to respond to it. Okay? All right. Would you date someone who had possibly. Okay. So I dated a woman, okay, 20 years ago. I dated a woman who had been married 7 times. Okay. She was 20 years older than me. Okay. She was beautiful at that time, gorgeous, stunning, amazing. Okay. And she was one that I strongly would have considered. Okay. And I never proposed to her. We were never engaged. But at the time, I was 30. Okay. I was 30 and she was 50, okay? But she looked like she was 40. You know what I mean? So she looked, and yeah, a knockout, okay? Um, but would I date someone who's had many partners? Yeah, uh, yeah, okay. The important thing for me is, greetings, sweet Gail. The important thing for me, yeah, I said wow when she told me 7 times. I was like, so you just like having weddings? So you just like having weddings, or you know what I mean? Um, and so, uh, interestingly, I found out that after we started dating, and then like 10 years went by when we weren't in contact with each, maybe even more than 13, 14 years went by when we weren't in contact with each other. When we did finally, whatever, reconnect on Facebook or however it happened briefly, she had gotten married again within that time. So I don't know what that is about her. I don't know if she just can't say when someone proposes to her, or if there's something about weddings that she's addicted to. I don't know. Um, but yes, I would marry someone who's had many partners, okay? Because I don't know, the number of partners that I've had, they may consider that a lot. So I wouldn't judge them based on that. I would judge them based on where they are today. Are they celibate? When was the last time? Okay. So I would not marry someone who's had many partners. And when you meet them, the last time that they were celibate, or they've only been celibate for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, I would not. I would not entertain that. Okay. I'm just saying, I would not entertain that. Okay. I would only entertain someone who's been celibate for a year or more. To me, that's just a full cycle. Okay? The earth, full year around the moon, around the sun, 365, only a year celibate or more. I would not accept someone who's been celibate for weeks or merely months. Okay? And it depends on where they are in their journey. Okay? Where they are in their journey. Mm, yeah, that's nice. Okay? That's nice. And those compliments are nice. Okay? Again, like the compliment of sliding notes under my door. Okay? The one who said they would slide notes under my door. Those are nice. Okay? But what's their aura? Okay? What's their aura? Mystic Michelle writes a book. You may want to pick this up. You can find it in Five and Below stores if they're still around. Um, Mystic Michelle wrote a book titled What's Your Aura? Okay? So what's their aura? What's their energy? Okay? To say that you're different from the rest, that's thanks, but no sparks from that compliment or that statement. No sparks from that. You're right. I am different from the rest. So how much do you value this difference that you see? Okay. Are you willing to ascend as I am ascending? So you say I'm different. Are you different? And are you different in the ways that I am different? You know what I mean? So that type of conversation. Okay? Who cares what their favorite color is? How significant is that? Okay? Or what their favorite food is? How significant is that? How significant is that? It's nice to know. So you can buy them things, okay? To know what their favorite color is, to know what their favorite style of something is. It's nice to know. But for your journey, how significant is your favorite color? Okay? So those are the questions to ask. Okay? And then watch them. Okay? Watch them. Pay attention to their actions. So yeah, compliments are nice, but yep. Where are you on your spiritual journey? That's the type of question you should be asking. Okay? Is that so you know the other person's? Yes. Oh, confirmation for you again. Just sitting around the table in the kitchen, okay? Like a soul food, like a soul food type of thing, like a soul food type of thing, okay? So go grab another plate, get yourself another drink. Yeah. Oh, earlier I asked if you. Oh, yes, definitely if they have them, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. And I'll spend a lot of time at this market this afternoon because I want to be thorough. I want to make sure, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 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 for sure. For sure. Yes, Christine. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, anything out here, Divine Source? We got a couple of things out here. We got a Two of Cups. We have boredom. Again, that could be you and your whatever journey, your partnership journey. You could be now like, yeah, it is what it is. Again, off to the side over there. Okay. We got an Empress out here. Okay. We have an Empress out here. Okay. Confirmation ding dong. We have an Empress out here. Okay. Yeah. Also, something that I had to do actually, something that I had to do this morning uh, was I had to uninstall YouTube and reinstall it on the phone because whenever I would open up the YouTube app, when I got back to the hotel yesterday or last night after the Buddhist master birthday celebration, when I got back to the hotel, whenever I would open up the app and it wouldn't go away, it would open up with some video already like in a little corner minimized. And it kept doing it. No matter what I did, it kept doing it. Close it out, open it, close it out, restart the phone, still doing it, still doing it. So I uninstalled the app and reinstalled the app. And yeah, so that could work for you. Okay. But we are in a Mercury retrograde, and weird things like that with technology, they happen during a Mercury retrograde more so than outside of a Mercury retrograde. Things like that happen with electronics. Okay. Restarting all by themselves. You're like, why did my phone cut off? Mercury retrograde. You know what I mean? Just craziness. Okay. That's also, I want to mention too, to pay attention, closer attention to your communication. Yeah, see, extra slow. Yeah. Pay attention to your communication. Also, that could be an indicator, sweet Gale, of the device being hacked when it's moving slow or when the battery drains fast. Okay. I only made 2 phone calls today and my phone was at 100. Why is it at 55% and I only made 2 phone calls and I haven't been on social media? Indicators. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I would so say, especially for you, Christine, again, because they block your messages here. They block your questions here on the channel. So we have an Empress out here, okay? You or somebody else, Empress out here, Empress energy out here, okay? Empress energy, okay? Empress energy, Justice showing up, Justice flipped over, Justice showing up. Anything else, Divine, from this stack? After the Empress, anything else? After the Empress, anything? The Moon card in the upright? Okay, okay, okay. I'm getting something about after the love is gone. Okay? After the love is gone, what used to be right is wrong. Okay? I'm getting that. I'm getting that. The moon card. Okay? So this could be someone again. I don't know who it was. Miss Jacobs, maybe. I don't know. Someone said, what happens when your divine partner, twin flame, if you resonate with the twin flame journey, what happens when they choose someone else? So that could be part of what's going on right here, okay? With this Empress out here in the song, After the Love is Gone. After the love is gone, what used to be right is wrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. With this Nine of Cups out here in reverse, okay? With this Nine of Cups out here in reverse, somebody regrets taking an offer back from you. Again, we have Nine of Wands out here in reverse and Nine of Cups. September 9th, 1999, okay? 1999. So someone's definitely regretting that they took a love offer back from you. They gave it to someone else. Again, just like the question that was asked in the chat. Okay? So they could come back realizing, oh man, I've messed up. I should have gave my divine love offer to her. Instead, I gave it to her. I should have gave it to him. Instead, I gave it to him. Okay? Confirmation horn honk. So, somebody's in regret. It's okay. Right? It's okay. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. Anything else, divine? And the Two of Pentacles for balance. And the Two of Pentacles out here coming sideways. So something's being brought into balance. It's not quite here yet in the 3D, but it's on the way. It's being sent from the 10th dimension. So it could be in the 6th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 4th dimension, the 8th dimension. Okay? Something's being brought. It's on the way into balance. Into balance. Okay? Into balance. Divine source, what is this that is being brought into balance? What is being brought into balance at this time, divine source? Or what is on the way? What is on the way? What is being brought into balance? Divine source for the collective. What is being... Oh, a conspiracy theory is being brought into balance. Okay? Amen. All right, all right, all right. A conspiracy theory is being brought into balance. Okay? So lies about you, who you are, the truth about who you are, okay, is coming to the light, but the lies are being brought to the light. The conspiracy theories are being brought into balance. We have conspiracy theorist, a conspiracy theorist, okay? Someone who started lies about you, kept lying about you, might still be lying about you, but someone is saying the truth about this, okay? Someone is saying the truth about this. Divine wants me to pick up this. Okay, let me shuffle this stack here. What are we doing with time? I don't even know when we started. When did we start? Hour and, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago or something. Oh, there's a card on the floor. What is this? I feel like Blue's Clues. I feel like Blue's Clues. Wonder who it's from. Feel like Blue's Clues. Oh, it just fell down. It's the Nine of Cups in it. All right, feel like Blue's Clues. Okay. How did that mail song go when they had mail? When there was mail and they were going to check the mailbox, and they would say, "Wonder who it's from." How did that go? How did that go? I definitely like, even as an adult, I like Blue's Clues far better than I liked Barney. Okay, Barney came across as a pedophile. Could be something about that. Okay, Barney came across as a pedophile. Oh yeah, we just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Okay, so that note a letter, that song, and thank you so much, Sweet Gail. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. 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 I like Blues Clues. Okay. What's up, Rebirth of Wisdom? What's going on, girl? Okay. What's going on? So yeah. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Ooh, the things I miss most about the military. So, I miss the camaraderie. Okay, I miss the camaraderie, the brotherhood, even female with female soldiers. Okay, female soldiers of mine, and rank peers. You know, same rank or what have you. Okay, I miss the camaraderie. Um, I miss the rigidness. Okay, civilian life is definitely not that. Civilian life is lucid, flippant, careless, you know. And that's not to say that parts of the military are not, okay, because we know JAG, they hide things just like government agencies do, right? But I miss the camaraderie. Okay. I miss the rigidness. Okay. I love towing the line. I love showing up as a soldier every day. Love shining my boots, pressing my uniform or getting impressed. I love showing up, dress right, dress, ready to go. You know, I miss. Yeah, those are some of the things that I miss. Um, and but I also live those things today. Excellent. Send the 10-page letter. Send the 10-page letter. Nerupata at gmail.com. Nerupata at gmail.com. Send the 10-page letter. But also, Christine, I implement so many of those things into my life today. Okay, most of my analogies are military related, you know, and that sort of thing from my experiences there. So I implement rigidness and the way that I carry on in my daily life. You know, I implement those things today on the regular basis, and so yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I didn't need to learn discipline much when I was in the military. Okay. But what I did need to learn was, and I said I was going to pay attention to how many times I say okay. I've probably said it 500 times this video already. But one thing the military did teach me was how important order was, how important discipline was. Okay. I was already respectful. You know, I wasn't a disrespectful teenager. I wasn't one of those. In fact, I didn't do all my buck wild stuff until I left. Okay, until I went into the military. You know, that's when I got wild, if you can define it as that. Okay, when I was a teenager, growing up, kid, I was obedient could be. If I did lie, I would go back and tell Kevin or Judy, I lied. I'm sorry. Like I was that kind of kid. I really truly was. I was that kind of kid. Okay? So I didn't get all crazy and wild and all that sort of thing again to any degree until I went into the military. Okay? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some good relationships that I enjoyed for sure while I was in the military. Yeah. Good friends, male and female. Good friends for sure. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the end of year 7, I knew it was time to get out because divine source was changing my heart, changing my perspective on life. So I thought I was going to be in for 30 something years and they were going to have to kick me out. You know, I really was. I was in forever, forever. they would have had to kick me out. I remember going to, I was part of a rehearsal or a setup or something like that when I was at Fort Bragg in North Carolina for a retired command sergeant major ceremony. And these retired command sergeant majors were coming from all over the place. I met a command sergeant major who had some piece of paper signed by Dwight D. Eisenhower. I met a command sergeant major who was in the Army for 35 years. He had some note, piece of paper, something signed by Dwight D. Eisenhower. Okay? And I was like, that's going to be me. I was like, that's going to be me. They're going to have to kick me out. And I really did think that when I first in, because I just loved it so much. It fit me like a glove. And yeah. But at the end of year 7, Divine Source was starting to change some things in me. And again, that was probably my first ever spiritual awakening. Okay, was when I was coming out of the military. And I met someone when I was exiting the military. I got a civilian job, and during my transitioning, and I met her at this civilian job, and at that time, she was high vibrational. She was very high vibrational, and she was definitely, or had the potential to be, a divine soulmate. She had the potential to be a divine soulmate. We also had a lot of synchronicities, not like me and the twin flame, but we did have a lot of synchronicities. She and I ended up dating for a year and a half. Oh yeah, that's a good song. Okay, that's a good song. And but we ultimately ended up going, our separate ways. She ended up marrying someone in 2009. Okay, and speaking of email, 10-page letter. Yeah, speaking of emailing a letter. Okay, keeping up with Miss J. I emailed her a letter during 2009. And it was titled "The Ties That Bind," and it was just wishing her husband a wonderful marriage, letting them know that I look forward to meeting their children, their seed, their child, if they were able to, or ever were blessed with any. And during her lifetime, she did not give birth to any children. And she could still be here on this planet, but she was not able to, from physical research, science, medical, she was not able to have children because at the age of 16, she had cysts on her ovaries, and like 1.5 was removed at the age of 16. So there could be something about a miraculous pregnancy, okay? A miraculous pregnancy that happens. Because a child is meant to be birthed, the seed and energy is meant to be birthed. But the last synchronicity for her and I is I started dialysis in February of 2013 due to witchcraft. She started dialysis in 2013 due to diabetes. She did not take care of herself. Okay? So one was caused by spiritual means, one was caused by physical neglect. There could be something there. There could be something there. So you were healed of cancer because it was spiritual witchcraft. Someone else, their cancer was brought upon because of the lack of care for themselves. Okay, they didn't eat right, whatever. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. That was the last known synchronicity that her and I had together. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And again, she was born on 9/27. 9/27. It is 8:02. She was born on 9/27. Okay. 1967. 9/27, 1967. Okay? And she was Korean and Portuguese. Father was Portuguese, mother was from South Korea. Father, Portuguese, mother from South Korea. Okay? What else? Divine source. Okay, we have conspiracy theory out here. Oh, man, we're looking at the lion strength right here. We do have the message out here for the strength. Okay, half strength. That's all about your solar plexus chakra. Okay, and your grounding work. Your solar plexus and your grounding work. Your grounding work. I'm thinking about that note, okay, and the ashes, and if there's anything else beyond the surface for that. I'm thinking about that note, the ashes. Could be something about a cremation, okay, a cremation, okay. So you know a cremation. Oh, hello, Vero. Thank you so much for tuning in, okay, or Vero. Okay. There could be something about a cremation. You know, in a cremation, you know, you typically, well, if requested, okay, that being could request that their ashes be scattered somewhere. So there could be something like that, okay? Okay. We got something that's funny. You could find something funny when you hear about it, okay? We have the stand up, okay? Part of the title of this message is Rise Up, Men and Women. Rise up. And I think I said stand up. No. Was that this live or last? I don't remember. Okay. Stand up. Okay. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. Stand up. Okay. 5 heartbeats. Okay. 5 heartbeats. Beating as one. 5 heartbeats. Okay. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. Someone's name could be Michael or Wright. Wright. Okay. Wright. Michael Wright. Someone's name could be Leon. 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 Those are 2 actors from the movie The 5 Heartbeats. Someone's name could be Robert Townsend. Robert and Townsend. Townsend. Robert and Townsend. Hello, peace and blessings, Sean. We're just having a conversation around the table. 5 of Pentacles out here. Someone could be dealing with debt, financial or spiritual debt, financial or spiritual. You might need to stand up to this spiritual deceiver, okay? Stand up to them, okay? You might need to stand up to this conspiracy theorist. Okay, we have the conspiracy theorist out here. You might need to stand up to them. Okay, so there's some synchronicity for you, Lauren, and thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so conspiracy theorists out here, they could be in debt spiritually, financially. I think that was a horn honk. Anything else, Divine Source, from this stack? Anything else? So we have something being brought into balance, a contract, partnership, Two of Cups. Some of you are feeling bored, okay, with that part of your journey, okay, with the partnership part of your journey. We have the Moon card in the upright, okay, something still not quite in the light, okay, not quite in the light. We have the Magician in the upright for a master alchemizer, master manifesting energy. We have the Empress out here. We have a conspiracy theorist out here, okay? Someone who's spitting lies. I just got spitting lies. Somebody who's spitting lies, okay? We have the stand up, or you need to stand up. We have double confirmation on the strength. Strength messages. I'm learning to control my life from within and not with external acts or forces. I feel this is the only way I, okay? And we do have the Strength Tarot card out here with the Two of Pentacles. I saw it, then it came out. Okay. And this came out in reverse. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the Nine of Pentacles, or excuse me, Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So someone's hard work did not yield what they thought it would. Someone's hard work did not yield what they thought it would. Okay. So, like planting the seeds. There you go. 8-8. Okay, we got it out here twice, Christine. 8-8. Okay. But this Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. So that's like a farmer going out to plant seed in their garden, okay, in the springtime when the ground thaws, if that's necessary. And they come back in the fall and the ground is still barren, okay? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. All their work, spent weeks out there planting seeds, in this case karmic seeds, lies, conspiracies, okay, trying to shame your name, trying to bring harm and what's the word, not dissimulation, disharmony, I guess, okay, to your journey, to your friendships, all of that conspiracy theories. You need to stand up to that. Justice League mentioned at the beginning of this live that this is the 56th year of Dr. Martin Luther King's justice coming for his assassination that lifetime. That was a divine feminine energy. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm Little, aka Malcolm X, was a divine masculine energy. If you want to look at male, or if you want to look at a male divine feminine energy and look at a female divine feminine energy, look at those two beings, okay, as examples for a male divine feminine and a male divine masculine. Okay, so listen to the way that they spoke, the energy that they came with. Okay, Dr. Martin Luther King was more like, why can't we all just get along? Okay, and Malcolm X was like, fuck them. That's very different energy. Dr. Martin Luther King came with, why can't we all just get along? And Malcolm X came with, fuck them type energy. Okay? Both spoke the truth. Okay? And both revealed the truth. Malcolm X revealed the truth about Elijah Muhammad and that polygamist and all the children that he was having all over the world. Okay? And Martin Luther King brought the truth about unity and how color, skin has nothing to do with it. Okay? And that we are all the same race. Okay? So, same truth, or truth in both situations, but very different energies. Okay? There's something out here about justice. Something out here about justice. Okay? Both of them were assassinated in the 60s. Both were assassinated in the 60s, in addition to John F. Kennedy Jr. In the United States, I've seen this for a long time. The 60s were a significant, maybe the last spiritually significant, or a change within a decade so significant. There hasn't been one like the 60s since the 60s. They assassinated 3 truth speakers. I didn't say they did everything right, but I said there were 3 truth speakers that were assassinated. 3 in 1960. Malcolm Little, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and John F. Kennedy Jr. Okay? The 60s in the United States. And then the Vietnam War started. The 60s in the United States. And then Woodstock started. The 60s in the United States. What a time. What a time. Some of you are old enough and you're saying, yeah, what a time. What a time. Okay? Anything else from this, Divine? Anything else from... We have a bullshit artist out here. Okay, that card just fell on the floor. Okay? There could be a bullshit artist on the floor who's whining, crying. Okay? Whining, crying. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I was in Memphis, Tennessee. Wow. There you go, Angel. Okay. There you go. Okay. I don't know how many beings are still on this planet that marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but I know Jesse Jackson recently passed. I don't know if they ascended or descended, but I know Jesse Jackson recently passed. We have the 9 of Pentacles out here. We got the 8 of Pentacles out here in reverse and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Someone's in heavy regret, deep regret, or someone is in like serious debt. Okay. And the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Someone's in some serious regret. Rest in peace, Rev. That's funny. It's funny to hear, right? It's funny to hear. Rest in peace, Rev. It's funny to hear. I haven't heard somebody say Rev in a long time. Okay? Now we have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay? For good work and ethics. Good work ethics. Okay? You collective working on yourself. We talked about self-love in part of this live. Okay? Confirmation. We talked about self-love in part of this live. When you love yourself right, you don't accept anything less. So, when someone's unfaithful to you, because you love yourself enough to know that you're worth faithfulness, you let them go. When you love yourself enough, you let go of the narcotic. You know what I mean? When you love yourself enough. When you love yourself enough. You meditate, you ascend, you protect yourself. Okay? When you love yourself enough. Hello, Isabella. Thank you so much for tuning in, Isabella. Okay. I was thinking about an Isabella today as well. Okay. During my morning time with Most High, I was thinking about an Isabella. We got a bullshit artist out here. That is a child that I was connected with, okay, when I was a part of the religious organization in Sanford, Florida. Okay, Isabella. When I met her, she was 8. Isabella. Okay. So I think Angel, or Isabella, Angel. I think we're going to go ahead and close this out. I don't know if you have other questions. Okay. Oh, Miriam. Okay. What is a bullshit artist? So a bullshit artist is someone who just feeds you a bunch of garbage. Okay. They're a con artist. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, I can get you 10% on this return. Oh yeah, 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 I can do this for you, Miss Jones. Oh yeah, yeah, I can do this for you. Oh, I can take care of that. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, I could do, and they never show up. They never show. It could be something as simple as cutting the grass at your house. They never show up. A bullshit artist. Oh yeah, I gotta go to work late. Yeah, I gotta go into work. They're not going into work. You know what I mean? A bullshit artist. They're a liar. They're a manipulator. A con artist. A bullshit artist. Okay? Someone who lies constantly and just, it's nothing to them to lie. It's nothing to them. They don't feel anything about it when they lie. It's like a serial killer. They don't feel anything when they murder the victim, or at least not remorse. Confirmation. They don't feel remorse. They just do. It's just like it's unconscious. They just lie, just all day, every day. Everything they come out of their throat chakra is a lie. Someone said Matthew. Right, everything is a lie. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Do you paint on canvas, Miriam? Do you paint on canvas? Could be, Isabella. Could be. We are talking about a painter earlier. Funny conversation that I had. Okay. You might want to go back and listen to that, Miriam. Funny conversation that I had with a painter last night. So, Miriam, if you paint and this is what you do on your own, at your home or whatever, okay, any of you, yeah, if you're feeling those distractions when you're doing your work and that sort of thing, sage around those things. Sage around the anything. I am a hardcore believer in cleansing your energy. That is my number one answer. That is my number one answer to how you get rid of, how you do this, how do you do that, how do you cleanse this, is to sage or meditate. Those are my number one and number two answers. Always. Sage or meditate. Like, yeah, always. Mm, yeah. Return those distractions to the sender. Return all distractions to the sender so that I can complete the work that I've been gifted to do. Miriam, affirmation for you. Return to center any and all distractions so that I can complete the projects that I've been gifted to do. Okay? Interesting. One of your earliest speeds. Oh, I'm guessing reads instead of speeds. Could be one of your earlier speeds. First gear is not fifth gear. The early speed is first gear, second gear, third gear. The later speeds are fifth and sixth, seventh, eighth gear. She said speeds, even though she probably meant reads. Okay. So, collective, we have something out here about a contract. Two of Cups was the first card out. Second card was the Five of Cups. Okay. So, boredom, lackadaisical. Okay. What have you. Okay. Rebirth. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am full of gratitude for all the love that you all show me. Full of gratitude for all of the love you all show me. Okay? Miriam, you take this as this resonates, okay? Miriam, you take this as this resonates for your journey. I would advise putting the Bible down and reading some other type of canonical text. Go read the books of Enoch. Go read the infancy of Yeshua. On this channel. On Sunday, we shared the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua. That is the journey of Yeshua between the ages of 12 and 30. Read something other than the Bible. Go read the Cave of Treasures, okay? Go read something other than the Bible. Miriam, you don't have to. That's just advice, okay? That's just advice. Read something other than the religious book that man put together, okay? And fornicated, okay? And fornicated. Okay. So you could be bored with the partnership part of your journey. Okay. We have strength out here twice, tarot and tarot message. Okay. We have a 9 of Wands energy in reverse. We have a 9 of Cups energy in reverse. Someone is in regret because they did not extend you the love, the genuine love offer. They went and gave it to someone else. They gave it to someone else. You are being asked to stand up right now. There's a conspiracy that is coming through, that is being, that the light is being shown on. Okay? A conspiracy theory. Oh, yes. So the spreading of the ashes. So I got a note under the door. Again, from time to time, I sit outside and I smoke a little something here on the balcony at the hotel, and someone slid a note under the door talking about the ashes and how I guess the wind was blowing the ashes into their balcony, I suppose. And so, again, I'm a very respectful person. Okay, no problem. And so I said there could be something about the spreading of ashes, someone being cremated, okay? There's something about dancing on the ashes, dancing on the ashes, okay? Yeah. I'm familiar with that book, Christine. There's something about dancing on the ashes, okay, of the past, of those who did not choose you. Someone in this collective asked, what happens when your divine partner, your twin flame, doesn't choose you? Okay? Dance on those ashes. Okay? Say thank you for the time that we've shared together. That's what I've done to my twin. Thank you for the time that we've shared together. Thank you, wait, for the time that you've given me. That's Lionel Richie. Something on my mind. You're once, twice, 3 times a lady or a man. Okay, so someone could now be seeing that they gave their love to someone else, and they now see you are once, twice, 3 times the lady. Okay, you are once, twice, 3 times the man. You are body man, soul man, spirit man. You are body woman, spirit woman, soul woman. And I like to say lady. There is a difference. There is a difference. Okay, I will only accept a lady. Ladies, I encourage you to only accept a gentle man. A gentleman. Gentle man. I will only accept a lady. So yeah, there's something about the ashes. Something about the ashes. Okay? And again, that could speak to cremation, spreading someone's ashes, a family, relative, ancestor, spreading their ashes. You might still have their ashes. Excellent, Miriam. So you're already on it. Excellent. You're already on it. Okay. You're already on it. All right. So, collective, thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you who listen in the background, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, born on the 333rd day of the year this lifetime. I am here as a Master Builder 33, here to help us ascend, here to learn myself, and for my life to be a demonstration. Thank you so much for all of you that add, because so many of you do, add to what is being shared here, what is being shown here. I never know what exactly to expect. I come here with a certain energy on every live to share and dispel and disseminate whatever it is that Divine Source wants me to share. And you add to that. Without your energy, I can tell you for sure that what comes out here would not come out here, and I could just keep the lessons to myself. Okay? But your heart, your soul, your spirit inquires, asks about these things, and so does mine. And so Divine Source brings us together, and we get to share. So thank you for the soul food journey around the table. Again, my name is Nehru. If you would like to get in touch with me to schedule an esoteric conversation, then feel free to email me, nehrupatah@gmail.com. Keeping up with Lady J. Okay? Send your 10-page letter. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And as always, be encouraged.